Hi there, and welcome to my next video on my YouTube channel, Unapologetic with Lorelei. I'm standing here on a pretty chilly piece of nature. The wind is blowing hard and fast over the heathland every now and then. Surprisingly, it's just stopped now, but in a moment it will blow up again. And anyhow, I don't want to talk with you about the weather, but the weather is, can be kind of moody, depressive, or it takes a little bit the motivation out of you because the weather can be pretty, um, yeah, feels almost demotivating. However, I'm also a person who likes to see the positive things in within that, and still try to enjoy all the seasons and all the weather. And that's why my topic of today is why January feels heavy for a lot of people. And I don't know if that resonates to you or anything like that. And it doesn't always have to do with the weather, but it's also because of a lot of strenuous things might have happened over the last months, and especially maybe even the December month. I don't know. A lot of things can happen over a year, and sometimes it all piles up until towards the end of the year, and then you're really exhausted. And then January is supposed to feel all nice and well, and new chances, and every day is a new chance, and every month is a new chance, and everything around that. But it's not always that easy, is it? But before I'm going to talk more with you about it, I'm going to flip my screen and show you where I am at this particular moment. And as I said, well, it can be changing very quickly, the weather here, because I see some light sky there, almost blue. Then I see very gray, and on the other side, I'll show you soon, it's very dark, very dark blue sky, and I don't know what's coming to me or what's floating away from me. But anyhow, I'm gonna flip the screen and show you around here whilst talking on the topic of January. Right, so this is what I did. I flipped my screen, and now you see what I am seeing as well. So I think it's really beautiful here, and I love the skies. It's really doing what it's doing, and what it wants to do at the moment. And yeah, I don't know what to expect here, but for the moment it's nice. It's windy, it's cold, but it's really nice and fresh. And but coming back on the topic of January here, then I believe for some people, well, January doesn't really feel like a beginning, and it feels more like a landing, because after many weeks, or even months of moving, trying, all these obligations we have, and emotions we might have, and expectations as well. Your system finally kind of slows down, and towards the holidays perhaps, and even after the holidays. That's when it really hits home, and then think, well, now what? Now what's going to happen this year? And are we happy about it? Are we doubting about it? Or what is it that that we feel? And when your system finally slows down a bit, um, I think when it does, it's what you've been carrying, as I said, so many quietly for yourself, that January can become very heavy, because yeah, I feel also like January is it's no longer distracting. I mean, November, December especially is very distracting, and also in January we don't tend to no longer run on our adrenaline anymore, and and you're not holding things together for other people, because after all, January is January, and yes, we might have some new resolutions, but we all know what happens most of the time with those things. So, but what it also is, that your nervous system kind of exhales, and what shows up in that exhale is often actually fatigue, or reflection, or emotional weight. And well, it's not a lack of motivation for heading into the new year, and doing all kind of great stuff that you had in mind, or hoped for. But um but well, and also, what it's not a failure, because it's not something that needs fixing. It's just January is there, and it's just there to stay for at least, yeah, another, well, it's the 3rd of January now, I believe. Oh, the 2nd, sorry. So it's still for quite few weeks, January here, and you're gonna have to deal with it, and deal with yourself with it. And as I said, it doesn't need fixing. It's not that. It's just, well, you can call it recalibration, I believe, and whether it's in midlife, maybe even especially in midlife, when your body and your mind are wiser. well, I'm saying this because I don't know if I'm in midlife, but I'm 63 years of age, and I don't know how in which box you want to put that. But you start to things and feel things kind of differently around those holidays and the January. But I guess also it happens to so many ages and many people in many situations that we no longer respond very well to forced optimism or pressure. Well, at least I don't. I really distance myself from that, to tell you the truth. And for me, January asked a totally different question. It asked me for what do I need to settle before anything new begins. I think that's another one. That's the more important one, as I can say, for me now. And well, this is what my channel is a little bit about. It's also about you, of course, but what I am doing here is sharing my insights, sharing my experiences, not my expertise. I'm not an expert. I'm not a guru. I'm not a motivational speaker here on YouTube. I'm just sharing my insights, and yeah, I hope it resonates to you somewhere along the line, and maybe you feel good to hear those words, or maybe it starts to make you think about it. And whatever it does, in the meantime, I also hope that you enjoy the nature that I'm showing you here, and the sky, and it's so beautiful. It's a little tip I sometimes give here in my video, that I know many people are watching this on their mobile, but I can guarantee you, if you watch this on your TV screen, it's really, really beautiful. So I hope you like that. I hope you catch a little bit of the vibe here. It's a very silent area, but it's very pretty. Anyhow, so coming back to this, money midlife thing, my body and mind that are wiser, as I just said. Um, it's what does it need to settle for before I begin anything new, and that not that everything that feels heavy is wrong. You don't have to believe that, because the good things might feel heavy too, but not a negative heavy. That's a difference. I don't know if that makes sense. A positive heaviness or a negative heaviness. I don't know if that makes sense, but some things feel heavy because I think they're acknowledged for the first time. They're just might be eye openers, and you think, oh my God, how I'm going to deal with that now. But it also may stir up some curiosity, and slowly but surely your curiosity for life or curiosity for new things starts to pick up again. But just give it time, because January is that kind of month. You just can't fix it. You can't force it. You just have to undergo it, if that's the right word. I mean, by now you must have known that English is not my mother tongue, but I'm doing my best here to make sense out of what I'm saying, and I hope you understand a little bit of what I'm trying to say here. And so for you, I mean, if January does feel slower or quieter or more introspective, and then I really can vouch for this, that you're not behind, and you're just listening. Just listen to yourself, and let it come over you, and let it go through you also, and that's where that's where some clarity starts to yeah, heading for spring. I'm always an optimist. In January, I always say, okay, I can take a deep breath, and at least we're back on our way to spring again. But don't forget to enjoy the day of today, and take it for what it is. Don't feel down because of it. Just accept it for what it is, because acceptance, that's that's almost the best motivator, because from there, as I said, you can you might wonder for yourself if you've lost ambition, or if you lost hope, or if you lost, you know, um, the curiosity for life, or your drive, or your motivation. But it's not really true. It's not none of that at all. Actually, it's that what you've actually lost is the need for external validation. And it doesn't mean you've always been an insecure person who needs to be validated all the time by other people. But still, let me tell you, it sneaks in. I consider myself a pretty strong person, but it sneaked in. It did sneak in, and I'm bearing consequences of that now. And I have done my best over the years of lately of getting this out of my system, out of my nerve system, for most of it. And this need for extra validation, it's not. And then you have to have that in your self talk as well, because sometimes you think you need external, but it's internal validation. And so you become a little bit your own enemy here, but also you can become your own support.